Several accomplished professional wrestlers who were protesting in the Jantar Mantar and who were marching towards the parliament, the newly unveiled parliament, they were arrested yesterday. Following their arrest, the right-wing ecosystem and their social media handles and the supporters of the BJP were sharing a photo which claimed that the protesters after their arrest were smiling and laughing. But that is not entirely true. In this video, we'll see why. I'm Ramasamy Jayaprakash. This is Youturn. Several professional wrestlers such as Vinesh Phogat, Sakshi Malik, Bajrang Punia and many other professional wrestlers, they are protesting in the Jantar Mantar for quite some days now. It has become more than a month since they started the protest. And this is not the first time they are protesting. Earlier in the month of January also they were protesting to take action against the Wrestling Federation of India's chief, Brij Bhushan Singh. He is involved in many sexual harassment cases that also include some minor. They were demanding action against Brij Bhushan Singh. He is a 6th-time MP representing the Bharatiya Janata Party, the ruling party of India. He is accused of various things, like he is involved in various criminal charges that are leveled against him, and this is one of them. Actually, 2 FIRs have been filed following the Supreme Court's intervention. The Supreme Court had to intervene. They had to give a ruling to file even an FIR. That is why the protest is going on. From January, this protest is going, and in April, the Supreme Court had to come in and then they have to ask the Delhi police why an FIR is not filed against him. Only after the Supreme Court asked this question, an FIR was filed against him. And after the FIR is filed, an inquiry committee is being formed and the police is also investigating the case. But the protesters, the wrestlers, the professional wrestlers who have initially made the complaint against Brij Bhushan, they are saying that the inquiry committee is not inquiring Brij Bhushan properly, and they are trying to give him a clean sheet, and we smell something shady is happening behind the scenes. So we are going to protest till Brij Bhushan is arrested. This is the demand of the wrestlers, and they started marching towards the parliament, the newly unveiled parliament that was unveiled yesterday. They were marching to that parliament demanding actions. They were initially stopped. According to the police reports, they were initially stopped and in the first barricade, and then they breached the first barricade and then tried to enter into the second barricade, where they forced themselves trying to move past that barricade also, and that is when they were arrested. This is the statement of the police. Without going into the nature of incidents that led to the arrest, let's focus on this particular issue. That is, they were arrested, and after they were arrested, they were carried to some location in a bus, to a jail in bus. While traveling in the bus, they were smiling and they were laughing. This is the claim that is spread in social media by the supporters of the BJP and also the right wing. Many right wing supporters have shared this. There is a photo of the wrestler sitting in a bus and smiling, and there is a small video of 3 to 5 second clip in which Vinesh Phogat can be seen smiling and saying something to the media while she is being taken away in the bus. Let's first see the photo that is being shared virally. This is the original photo and this is the edited photo. From this original photo, an app called Face app that is being used, and you can select individual faces and then make that particular face to smile or laugh. This is an app that is found in App Store and Play Store. Anybody can download this app and create a photo in which a non-smiling person can be made into a smiling person. With this Face app, a photo that originally looked like this has been transformed into a photo that looks like this. With this edited photo, all these images, all these insinuations and all these implications are being made about the protesters. This was quickly debunked by many, including Youturn. After this story was debunked and the truth has come out, many started saying like, okay, if that is edited, what is this? This time they showed the video. In this video, Vinesh Phogat is seen smiling and while she is being carried away in the bus. But what she is saying? She said, Naya Desh Mubarak Ho. It means long live the new nation. She said this sarcastically. With a sarcastic smile, she said, long live new nation. This video, this 3-second clip is taken out, and then a big issue is being created by saying that If this is an edited photo, what about this video? How absurd this claim is. This makes no sense at all. First of all, if a person is smiling, does that mean the underlying allegation of sexual harassment is not true? Or does that mean that what they are fighting for is not true? They tried to march to the newly unveiled parliament demanding justice because they felt they are not being served justice. What their allegation is, that is not taken enough care and enough attention is not given to that allegation, and Brij Bhushan Singh was inside the parliament during the unveiling. This also was an issue of contention for the protesters, for the wrestlers, because a person whom they are also accusing of threatening them with death, with murder, that person is being invited and is being part of an newly unveiled or newly inaugurated parliament. So this is also another issue which triggered the march to the parliament from Jantar Mantar where they were initially protesting. So hiding all this information without telling what Brij Bhushan is, what kind of person he is, what kind of faces, what kind of criminal charges that he is already facing, without telling all this, the issue is being diverted everywhere. First, now the current diversion is the protesters were laughing. What was the previous one? The protesters are actually not protesting for justice. The issue is not about sexual harassment which they are accusing him against Brij Bhushan. That is not the actual issue. They are actually protesting because they don't want to take part in the national level events, wrestling events. They directly want to go to Olympics or international events. That is why they are trying to bring down the person who brought a change in the rules that said you have to compete in national events to go for international events. That also includes the Olympics. Even though you are already an Olympian, an Olympic medalist is also mandatorily supposed to contest in the national events. So they are not comfortable with this. That is why they are doing this. And this is not also an issue of all the wrestlers. This is not a wrestlers issue. This is a Jats issue. They try to take it into a caste issue. So let's sum up. First, they are smiling, so that is not authentic. They don't want to compete in nationals. And next, it is a caste issue. So what other diversion they will bring into this particular issue? They are not anybody. They are not Tom, Dick and Harry walking in the road with nothing on their pockets. They are all international athletes. They are world-class athletes who have represented the country, who have made the country proud. They have made the national anthem play in the international stage multiple times. Every single one of them is a world-class athlete, and even they are not able to get justice against a sitting MP who belongs to the ruling party. And this is not the first time such a scenario is happening. Remember the farmers' protest. The son of the Union Minister of State for Home Affairs, he ran over people, the protesting farmers. He ran over them with a car in high speed, which killed 4 protesters. Even in that case, the action was not taken, and initially for a very long time pressure had to come from various quarters, and court had to step in. Many people had to come in and criticize, including journalists, including opposition politicians. Almost it was like a universal condemnation for inaction that led to some kind of action taken against such cruel act. Similar thing is being followed at this case also. Even for Adani, even in the Hindenburg issue, so many pressure had to be created to investigate what really went wrong. Some international institution is making a huge allegation against an Indian company who at that particular time was the 3rd richest person in the world. An allegation is made against him, and which that allegation is questioning the entire financial system of the country, because the allegation is about accounting fraud and stock market manipulation and many other serious accounting crimes. So even in that case, the government was not willing to take any action. This is a recurring pattern where anybody close to the government can do anything, but the government will not take any action unless they are forced to take action. If you look at issues like this one by one, you can count multiple issues, like hundreds of issues one can find in a day. But without looking into the individual issues, if you look at where India stands at the Electoral Democracy Index, we stand 108. In the Egalitarian Component Index, we stand 123rd in the world. Not even in double digits. We have crossed the double digit mark and we have gone into the 3-digit territory. All we care about is we are better than Pakistan. Any criticism you make, like why in this metric India is not faring well, why India is not doing well, the immediate response is we are doing better than China, we are doing better than Pakistan, we are doing better than Bangladesh. Even Bangladesh is now overtaking us in many metrics. So if this answer is not sufficient, if this is questioned, the next response, which is very, very handy, is it is a conspiracy against India. Anything and everything is a conspiracy. Farmers protest, conspiracy against India. This particular protest of wrestlers, conspiracy against India. Even PT Usha, like very well renowned and well respected athlete of the past, even she came in and said, like, you are tarnishing the image of the country by doing all this protest. Of course, she backtracked and she made a big U-turn later, but what her initial statement was, we are tarnishing the image of the nation. Anything and everything is conspiracy against India. Like, we are kept in a fear-mongering situation where nobody should question. Anybody who dares to question, opposition party are behind them, or there is an international conspiracy. George Soros is behind them. This is the funniest of them all. George Soros, a 90-year-old billionaire who made some fortune some time ago, he is involved in every single, and even a minute thing that happens in India, a small street level protest, even that is caused by George Soros, because he has no better things to do rather than to cause some protest by some people in India, in one corner of India. That is his job. So even this issue is being diverted into various quarters, that is not addressing what the initial complaint is. That is sexual harassment committed by Brij Bhushan Singh. Without inquiring anything about Brij Bhushan Singh's alleged sexual harassment or the lack thereof, they are taking this issue to every direction, and it is our job collectively as a nation to bring them back to track and focus on the issue and get justice, whichever way. It could be either it could come out in a way where even Brij Bhushan Singh can be innocent also, but prove it in court, prove it in the investigation. That is our job, to force the government to take action. Thank you.